Greetings! Here to dye my hair. I know I just began a color removal journey, but I'm gonna dye my hair because I'm tired of it being blue. So we're gonna do something that's not blue. And I didn't put gloss on yet, but what I'm using is Underground Cosmetics Neon Purple, which in an ideal world is gonna fade out of my hair pretty quickly. This is the purple. It looks much darker on camera, but well, I thought about diluting it a bit, but then I decided not to do that because, yeah, beginning with blue that's a little bit green in places, darker on the ends. Yeah, this is what I'm beginning with, and I'm just gonna glop it on. I should have started at the back. Whatever. Let's see. Part of the reason I did not dilute it is because I am putting it over a darkish blue, so we shall see what I get. Part of the reason I was going to dilute it was to make the color go a little bit further, but yeah, choices were made. Decisions were made. So it occurs to me that I finished reading The Wheel of Time like a couple months ago, and I never gave my final thoughts. I am like kind of resigned to the fact that the show was canceled forever, which is sad. But yeah, I finished reading the books, and I think the second last book is my favorite of all of them, possibly because I don't know, like by the time you get to book 13, you've kind of lost track of what ones you liked from the beginning. So yeah, I like the way it wrapped up, but like the whole last book being a battle got to be a bit much. I like the closure of the plot points, and I guess you got to give each plot point its time. But oh, that's a long ass battle, man. It was fair, like it's the last battle, but it went on and on and on. And only, as it turns out, so much battle stuff I'm really interested in reading. But yeah, I don't know if I'll read it again. If I do, it won't be for quite some time. It's because that's a lot of time commitment. And I did end up finding a deal on ebooks that I'm sure isn't available anymore, but the ebooks were on sale. So I no longer, should I want to watch it again, I wouldn't have to like spend a year in advance lining up library holds, which is nice. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll read it again. Maybe. I also don't know how saturated this is going to be because I'm pretty much out of color. And I'm more out of breath than usual because I went hiking the day before yesterday. Oh my god, I'm so out of shape. Like woefully out of shape. It's bad. It was like a little over 10 kilometers and 200 meters of elevation gain, which is not a lot, but yeah, that was done. I have the worst headache. Like, I sweat so much when I hike. Surprise, surprise. Me sweating. Ooh, that was a bad noise. My apologies. I think it like messes up my electrolytes even when I put salt in my water for hiking because I sweat so much. Like, otherwise, I get a headache. Maybe I just didn't drink enough water, but oh man, I had a solid like 7 out of 10 headache. And normally I rate pain at a 3. Like, oh, it's pretty bad, it's a 3. But oh fuck, it was bad. I could hardly make it home. And then when I did get home, I had to lie down immediately with my eyes closed. I don't think it was a migraine because I don't really get migraines. And then it was so hot. Yeah, so it's too hot. So I had to get up from lying down to have a cold shower. And then like, my headache was so bad I couldn't even brush my hair. I just had to lie back down. So yeah, it's not the greatest experience. I need to work on my fitness, which I probably will not do. And I'll just suffer the next time I go. But yeah, it was an okay one. We wanted to do something different, but the parking lot was completely full. And we didn't want to park on the highway. That's always a risk. So yeah, we did a different one then. It wasn't great, but it was pretty at the end. And plus my friend brought her new Chihuahua. I kind of pressured her to bring him because otherwise we weren't going to go because he's brand new. And yeah, it's a typical irritable Chihuahua like growling at me all day. Okay, you weigh 4.5 pounds. But anyway, that's that. I will be back tomorrow once it's dry. I have no idea how much color payoff I'm going to get because the neon ones are usually not quite as dark as the regular colors, but we'll find out. I have returned, and in a classic example of a half-assed application getting you half-assed results, here we are. Of course, since I started at the front doesn't look so bad, but I forgot to make my camera a thing. Okay, camera, mirror. Okay. How well you can see it, I don't know, but there's a lot of blue mixed in here, especially at the roots at the back, which I actually don't mind. Oh, what are you doing? Oh my god. Like overall, I like the blend of colors. You could call it patchy, or you could just enjoy an unintended result. Anyway, it'll fade pretty fast because the underground cosmetics too, which was the point. And it doesn't look neon, but obviously I wasn't putting it on a base that would result in neon, but I like the purple. So anyway, that is all I've got.